The internet is better on Comet. That is the tagline of the new browser in town, Perplexity's Comet. When you first open Comet, you're greeted with smooth animations and a sleek interface, and it is immediately clear that this is not just another clone of a Chrome browser. It's Perplexity's way of saying that this is the next evolution of browsing. Arvind Srinivas, the founder of Perplexity, describes Comet as a true personal assistant. It's not just a place to type queries, but a browser that helps you delegate work, automate research, and manage workflows, and get things done faster. And Comet isn't just an add on to Perplexity's search engine, it's their bigger vision of coming to life, building the essential AI native infrastructure for digital work. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. If Perplexity wants to move beyond search and become a true digital assistant, it needs a native browser, one that is actually built for this kind of interaction from ground up. And what is interesting is users are already asking for this shift. So when I'm making this video, I see there is about 30% year on year drop in click through rates. ChatGPT has already surpassed Bing as the second most used browser. And that is the tectonic shift in how people actually access the internet, from typing into a search bar to actually chatting with an assistant. And Comet clearly wants to lead that transformation. It honestly feels refreshing to browse the internet in a world that is not ruled by Chrome and Google. Every query on Comet isn't just another blue link, it is a conversation actually. The browser tries to understand that you are what you're looking for and responds like an assistant that actually gets you. And once you start using Comet, it clicks. This is really how the web should feel actually. You almost wonder why no one, built this sooner. Let's To understand this, let's think about it as a typical search journey. You open Chrome, type something in the address bar, get a list of links, and maybe click one or two. But post ChatGPT, this behavior has actually evolved and changed. Now, for deeper or more nuanced queries, you don't open a new tab, you open a new chat. But GPT is designed as an assistant first and not as a browser, which means the experience can feel a lot disconnected. You open a lot of chat windows in GPT and ask it to behave like a browser, which it is not. Comet flips that entire model. Here, the assistant isn't an extension or a sidebar, it's built into the browsing experience. AI is at the core and not as a sidebar or not as an add on feature. It can automate tasks, track context, and seamlessly connect everything you do online. So, this is what makes Comet stand out from AI enabled browsers like Chrome with Gemini. This isn't about adding AI on top, it's about rebuilding the browser around AI. So, what does this mean for you as a user? In one sense, basically nothing changes. You can still browse, search, and watch videos. But in another sense, everything flips, everything changes. Now your browser can summarize web pages, explain articles, give you key points from YouTube videos, and even help you draft comments or emails, all in real time. So my entry point into the product was basically YouTube interactions. Now this is a very cool feature wherein you can ask Perplexity to actually summarize the videos for you, which is a great entry point for someone like me who uses YouTube for a lot of learning videos. So let's go to one of the videos and ask Perplexity to. So I've searched for a podcast by Perplexity CEO where Arvind is talking to Lex Friedman. So we understand that this is a 3-hour long episode which will definitely take a lot of time. So what we'll do is we'll go to the assistant and ask to summarize the video. Great. So it has generated a summary which definitely saves a lot of time, which helps you understand if Arvind is talking about anything which might pique your interest, and you can go to that point in the video and understand in detail what the podcast is all about. So I think that is a That is a very great uh, use case for someone who actually uses a lot of YouTube videos for understanding. In other use case, you can probably ask Perplexity to Perplexity, please fetch the last unread mail from my inbox, from my Gmail account. Okay, so yeah, there's the last unread mail, which is a security alert, which is okay. So this can also be one of the use cases wherein you can use this assistant to uh, maybe draft mails, read mails. So in fact, what I'll do is I'll draft a mail. Um, Please help me to draft a mail about the findings from the Arvind Arvind's blog, Arvind's podcast with Lex Friedman. Keep this very short. Okay, let's see how this does it. Can you compose it for me in Gmail? Okay, so while this is taking time over here, let us assign a different task. Let us open LinkedIn and ask, can you help me generate reply of post? Let's see if it. Okay, so what it does, it reads the post and generates a reply for it. So what I'll do is I'll please make it short and post in comments. Okay, so what it does, it locates the posts. So I'll confirm on this post, and then it'll actually write it for me in the comments, which is also a good use case, which helps me navigate the social media with the help of an assistant. Okay, let's leave it here and go to our initial use case, and let's see what has happened over there. Okay, it is still creating that email that I asked it to. Let's see if it is done easier when the Gmail is open, right? Can you help me draft a mail in Gmail for the findings from Arvind's Okay, so it is probably a bit easier when you open Gmail and ask the assistant to do the task. So it is open a new mail, and let's see if it composes it. Okay, it has, yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely easier when it is in the Gmail, in the particular tab, which is good. Okay, so this was our second use case. But definitely it has its own limitations. I asked Perplexity to actually draft a slide for me on Canva, wherein I asked, can you make a slide which showcases 5 benefits of eating healthy? It should have a very similar looking background image and a very well generated graphic. So it took a lot of time, and then after that it generated this particular slide for me, which, as you can see, is not very presentable. So yeah, it definitely has its limitations. When we see that we are delving into more complex tasks, it is still in a very nascent stage. But definitely it is something of the future. It is something that we might lean on to while browsing the internet in the future. So yeah, these are the particular use cases that you can use with Comet. Let us actually look into one more use case which has been a big pain point for internet browsing in the past. So definitely we open a lot of tabs for browsing. So what we can do, we can ask is to Perplexity to actually go through these tabs and sort of combine these tabs into one for a better productivity and for a better readability. So what I can do is, can you please group Canva tabs on the browser. So what Comet has done is it has grouped these two tabs into this Canva folder over here, which makes it very easier to actually navigate through similar tasks, right? So this is under Canva folder, and we can at any time access these two. So imagine if there were like 50 tabs of a particular topic, and we are researching on a particular topic. We can ask Perplexity to actually group those similar tabs all together, and help the user in sort of navigating through these pages in a better manner. So that was my experience of using Comet as a browser. Hope you liked the video. Do comment, like, share and subscribe if you liked it. Thank you so much.